welcome back to Everything Miniature, and today it's finally Andrea's turn to get her makeover, so here's what she looks like right now. And there's nothing really too much wrong with this doll, except for her hair. It just doesn't lay flat anymore. It's been about a whole year since I've given her any attention, so I think it's her turn now. So for Andrea's outfit and stuff, these shoes will not work, so we're going to take those, and we're going to take the boots from Nova and give them to Andrea. So we're going to go ahead and do. Next up, we're going to go ahead and remove all this old hair from Andrea. Pretty satisfying to remove it. However, this did take actually a lot longer than some of my other dolls that I've done recently. Now I'm just taking some nail polish remover and I'm just going to go ahead and remove all the paint from her face. And this actually did come out to be quite a fail. So here's what she looks like after the removal. I've had to actually take my X-Acto knife and I've had to scrape off some of the paint. So right now I'm giving her eyelashes, but then I ended up messing up on her eyelashes and it just turned out to be a whole disaster. So here's what she's looking like right now. See, I've taken my X-Acto knife and I've scraped off some of the paint because the nail polish remover just was not working for whatever reason. So now I guess it's plan B. So I have this other Andrea doll. I gave her clay hair. This is one of my first ever attempts I've ever done with these dolls. So the hair is actually made of hot glue and it looks kind of cool, but for this makeover, I think it's time just to give her some yarn hair. So yeah, see, it's actually pretty sturdy, surprisingly. So here's what the dolls look like right now. So this is the doll that I've tried scraping off so much paint on, and I'm going to use her for a whole nother doll. That's okay, because I have actually the perfect idea for her. So I've removed all the paint from her, but her arms, because the arms were originally blue and stuff, so I have to actually paint their arms to try and match the skin tone as best as I can. So I'm using some espresso, white paint, black, warm brown, and dark orange to go ahead and make her her new arm color. So I'm trying to match her skin tone the best I can, the paint I have. So I'm just painting a little bit on the edge of the head so you can kind of get an idea what the color is. And it's not going to be perfect, but as close as I can get, because originally they did have painted on blue sleeves, which I did try removing nail polish remover, also did not come off. So now we're going to go ahead and paint that on. Here's how her arms look afterwards, and I gave them a few coats of Mod Podge just to seal them up. Now we're going to go ahead and give her some eyelashes using some black acrylic paint for that. For her shoes now, we're going to go ahead and use some blue cardstock I have, and we're going to go ahead and glue them on there a few times to give them kind of a rise, make them a little bit taller for the boot, for the look we're going for. So we're going to cut those out a few times and keep gluing them until they get to the thickness you want. So here's what they look like after quite a few layers. I don't even remember how many. And we're just going to kind of sand down the edges just so then they're not super duper sharp and they kind of blend in with the shoe a little bit more. Then I cut a small piece of the cardstock and we're just going to go ahead and glue it around the blue so you don't see all those paper lines, just like that. Alright, moving back onto Andrea, we're going to go ahead and paint on some white in her eyes, leaving a little bit in the eyeliner, so just like that. So now we're going to go ahead and do her skirt, and her skirt is actually going to be a dark blue, but I'm using white for this, so you're going to cut a piece of the white fabric, and then you're going to go ahead and fold it over, and you're going to go ahead and flatten it down. I'm using a hair straightener for that, and then we're going to place it on the doll. We're going to go ahead and trace a little bit, leaving a little bit of room on it. And then we're going to go ahead and take it off of her, unfold it, and then what we're going to go ahead and do is cut it a little bit, leaving a little bit of a seam allowance. So you're going to go ahead and just sew on those two lines right there. So it should look like that once you're done. And then we're going to go ahead and fold it back over. We're going to go and sew on the line we drew earlier, just like that. We're going to go and fold it inside out to make a skirt. Quick and easy, and it fits on perfectly. So now we're going to paint on her eye color. I'm using Holiday Green, but I ended up changing it to a darker green, which is called Hunter Green later on. So we're going to paint that on there just like that. Now for her t-shirt we're making, I sketched a t-shirt design, and so now you're just going to go ahead and sew on the blue lines. And I'm using a navy blue thread for it. Then you're just going to go ahead and cut them out and put them good side to good side, and then you're just going to go ahead and sew on the blue lines. Then you're just going to go ahead and cut it out, leaving a little bit of a seam allowance, and then you're just going to flip it inside out. And so then I cut out the collar and then the back of the triangle, leaving the thread kind of hanging. And I put on this piece of cardboard so we can go ahead and paint it. I'm using some gold acrylic paint, and we're just going to go ahead and try to paint on a crown the best we can. Now that Andrea's eyes have dried, I'm going to go in with a lighter green into her eyes. And so I ended up using the hunter green, then the holiday green for her eyes. Now we're going to make her lipstick color. I'm using espresso brown, Tucson red, and then terracotta to go and make her lipstick color. We're just going to go ahead and paint that right on her lips. And I also painted on her eyebrows too with the espresso brown because I think it'll match the yarn that I'm using the best. So we're going to paint that on. Now we are going to make her a sleeveless jacket. So what you're going to go ahead and do is sew on the red lines. And I used the t-shirt print I made for it. Then you're just going to go ahead and cut them out. And sorry about the color changing fabric at the moment. My lighting is acting a little bit weird throughout this video. I cut them out just like that. And then you're going to sew on the red lines once you put them good side to good side. Then we're just going to cut it out, leaving a little bit of a seam allowance. Then I'm just going to go ahead and cut through the 2 lines we did, and we're going to flip it inside out just like that to make an easy jacket. And then what I'm doing is I'm kind of folding over like a little bit of the front, trying to make like a triangle. And I'm just going to go ahead and hand stitch it down. So I'm using a pin to secure it at the moment. For her hair, I'm using this yarn about Hobby Lobby. It's called Brown, and I've already kind of divided it into the sections. If you have seen any of my other makeover videos and stuff, you guys will know how I do it. I'm just dividing it into little sections, and I'm just knotting it, doing some thinner and then some thicker, until you end up with a good amount just like this. And so now we're going to go ahead and glue on a cotton ball into the back of Andrea's head. I'm using some hot glue to secure it. And then we're just going to go ahead and trim it a little bit so it's not like so poofy. And then on the original Andrea I'm going off of, she has like a center part in her hair. So we're going to put some hot glue on it. We're going to go from like the thinnest ones we made to the thickest. Just like that. Just gluing them all on, all over her head. Here's what she looks like once we are done gluing it all over her head. So now I'm just going to go ahead and divide a little bit from in the front. We're going to give her some bangs later on. I'm just going to go and tie that off so it's not like in the way. Then we're just going to go ahead and add some hot glue onto her cotton ball just to go ahead and secure on the rest of her hair. And then we're just going to go ahead and give her a little bit of a haircut because it does not need to be this long. And we're going to kind of give her like layers in her hair. I am no hairstylist, so I have no idea what it's called, but I'm kind of cutting it in the front and fading it to being a little bit longer, just like that, kind of at an angle. So the hair kind of starts at her shoulders and then it fades down into her longer hair. At least from the picture I'm going off of, that's what her hair looks like. Here's what it looks like once I am done. Now we're just going to go ahead and do her bangs now, so we're going to untie it from there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and divide it in half, and then in half again. Then we're going to start off with the ones closest to the center of her hair. And we're just going to cut them kind of short, going at an angle. So kind of starting off small at like her forehead and then making them go longer. And I'm going to go and fade in the rest. Now for my favorite part, I'm taking some water. And I'm just going to go ahead and get her hair all wet. Then I'm just going to wrap it in some cellophane and then knot it off so it's nice and tight, and into the freezer she goes. Alright, here's how Andrea turned out. I think she turned out so cute. So her boots definitely do give her a little bit of height, which I'm kind of liking. So here's what they look like. So I ended up painting them with this fuchsia pink, that's what it's called, and then some navy blue. Then added on like the details and stuff. Her skirt turned out really cute. It keeps falling though, so gonna have to secure that with like a rubber band or something. And then her shirt turned out really cute. It's got like this cute little crown on it. Her jacket also came out cute. Sorry about like the knot. I tried making like little zippers on her jacket, and my sewing machine did not want to cooperate with me at the moment for that. And I did go back there and I fixed up her eyes so they do look a little bit more accurate in the same size. Then her hair, I did also do a little bit more fading. It still looks very poofy in the back, but that's okay. My hair is actually the same way, so that's totally fine. So here are the girls we've done so far. So we have Andrea now, we also have Emma, and then we've also got Olivia. Mia and Stephanie still need their makeovers, but I'll get to that eventually. There's Mia for her makeover. We'll have to get her one soon. And Stephanie, who's definitely in need for a makeover. Other than that, I think Andrea came out really, really cool looking. Alright, let me know in the comments which girl you'd like to see me do next, Mia or Stephanie. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, and see you guys in my next video. Bye!